I'm not an American. I am a Nigerian. I'm proud to be a Nigerian. Somebody gets a visa from Congo and goes into America. Before you know it, one person will now bring about 80 to 100 people. I believe that the duty of any president is to protect the interest of his country. The duty of Donald Trump is to protect the interest of America. Can you show me any country in the world that is ruled by black people that is doing well? Can you show me any country in the world that is ruled by Hispanic that is doing well? I was in South Africa and the place is looking horrible because black people are in charge. Zuma, an old man over 80 years, he had over 33 sports cars in his compound. What is an 83-year-old man doing with all those luxurious cars? So democracy, like Socrates said, is the worst form of government. If you live in a society where people do not vote according to the issues, it's not the duty of Donald Trump to worry about Africa. The duty of who to worry about Africa are the leaders of Africa. And Africans themselves should worry about Africa. The fear China has now, why they cannot come in and take over Africa, is because America is strong. America can stop them. A strong America will buy time for Africa to wake up and embrace industrialization. So if you have a dream that America will be a place of success for you, go and pursue your dream. First of all, let me make it very clear. I am not a fan of anybody. I'm not a supporter of anybody. I believe in ideas, principles, values. That is what I support, not the individual involved. You talked about former President Ronald Reagan, who was a Republican just like Donald Trump. And before he left office, he made some remarks regarding the need to protect the American ideal of admitting foreigners into America to help to elevate the population and broaden the horizon of the American dream, which is rather marvelous. But many people make the mistake of assuming that the idea of bringing people into America just the way Donald Trump did, just the way that almost all Americans did. Because the United States of America, as we know today, was populated by the Indians. And then Europeans came in and took over and called it the USA. And the people that came in had certain values. They had the Puritan work ethics, they had the Christian values, they had the value of work before you can eat, that you don't have to depend on social service or social security to take care of yourself. That is everybody to pull his own weight. And they believe in the democratic ideal. Those were the people that built America. I heard Donald Trump recently when he was talking. He said that clause in American Constitution was meant for the slaves, people that were forcefully brought into America, and they had to make them citizens. Today, what do you have? Somebody gets a visa from Congo and goes into America. And then, before you know it, he brings all his brothers, he brings all his sisters. The wife will bring her brothers, the cousins. One person will now bring about 80 to 100 people into America. And what are their values? What are their ideas? What are their moral standing? Most of the time, they are not in conformity with the American values. And these are people that will come and vote not according to the issues. They will vote according to their own personal interest from where they came from. For example, people that are of African descent want to support the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party will always talk about programs that will appear as if those programs are supporting Africans, whereas they are undoing the Africans. They are undoing the black people. And people don't know that. They just assume that, oh, the Democratic Party is supporting black people, policies that will allow black people to come in. What they are actually doing is importing votes. I'm not an American. I don't want to be an American. I am a Nigerian. I'm proud to be a Nigerian. I believe that the duty of any president is to protect the interest of his country. The duty of an African president is to protect the interest of Africa. The duty of Donald Trump is to protect the interest of America, not the interest of other countries. So when we are talking, we should put everything in perspective. Now, I don't know where you are from or other people, but just imagine I'm from Benin. Imagine if you have people from Niger Republic now coming in the thousands and becoming citizens of Edo State. And when it's time for election, their vote will count. My first reaction is to say no. And the first reaction of all Africans that are making noise about Donald Trump is that they will say no. Once it concerns their village or concerns their state or Nigeria, they wouldn't want foreigners to come and take over Nigeria or take over their state or take over the capital of their state or their villages. Those are the issues. And so we must not be selfish in our analysis by blaming Donald Trump for trying to get involved in dealing with the problems that are bedeviling America. What is going on? People from Venezuela, from South America, Central America, they are moving in the thousands, acting as gangsters, dominating American cities with violence. And you know the American justice system, they will arrest you, take you to court, and the lawyer will appeal, and people will commit crimes and they don't really get to pay the price for it. And that is a disadvantage for America. I said this before. I said one of the reasons that I support the policy of Donald Trump is that I do it for selfish reasons. And what is my selfish reason? Whether you like it or not, China is overpopulated. China, despite the fact that it is equivalent the size of America by land mass, but half of China is the Himalayas. People can live there. It's only the eastern part of China that people can live in. And so they are looking for where they can take over. They can't do it now because America is strong. If you create a weak America by reducing the capacity of competent people to rule America, when I say competent people, I don't say this in a derogatory way. What I mean by that is that if you look at it this way, look at America. 50 years from now, if the rate at which immigrants are moving to America continues, 50 years from now, white people will be in a minority. And if there's an election that is held, black people do not vote for white. If you want to know that, look at the major cities in America where black people are in the majority. The mayor will be black, the governor will be black. So black people do not vote for people unless they know that they don't have a candidate that's black. If they have a candidate that's black, they will vote black. If Hispanic have a candidate that is Hispanic, they will vote Hispanic. Only white people will vote for black if they believe that black person is the best. So democracy, like Socrates said, is the worst form of government. If you live in a society where people do not vote according to the issues. And so the way America is going, if that population invasion is allowed to continue, I see a situation where 50 years from now, black people will rule, Hispanic people will rule. Can you show me any country in the world that is ruled by black people that is doing well? Can you show me any country in the world that is ruled by Hispanic that is doing well? That is my fear. My fear is that if it gets to 50 years from now, where black people will take over, because where they run as a city, like the mayors, they're not doing well. They don't do a good job. So if it comes to that time where the black population, because America is a democracy, will be able to decide who governs or who rules America, America will be on the decline. Just the way South Africa is. We're all clamoring for black people to take over South Africa. Now they did. I was in South Africa and the place is looking horrible because black people are in charge. Zuma, an old man over 80 years, he had over 33 sports cars in his compound. What is this? It's an 83-year-old man doing with all those luxurious cars. I asked South African black, I said, are you doing better now that you have black people as president than when you had white people as president? They said they did better when white people were president. And so that is my concern. My concern is Africa. A weak America cannot confront China. The fear China has now, why they cannot come in and take over Africa, is because America is strong. America can stop them. When America is weak, believe me, I will not be around to see it because I'm already in my 60s. I don't think I will be around 50 years from now to witness it. If America is weak 50 years from now, China will take over Africa. And they will do it. They don't have to kill us. All they need to do is stop us from procreating. If my grandchildren cannot have children, the formula is very simple. You spice the food, make sure that they can't have children. In about 150 years, you won't find anybody that's black here again in Africa. And China will take over. They can do it. They have the capacity to do it. And the question I ask people all the time is, we always blame white people for creating problems in Africa. They came, crossed the Atlantic and came to Nigeria on an ocean-going vessel. Why were they able to do it? Because they had superior technology. Could we have been able to leave Africa on our canoe and go to Europe and go and conquer England? The answer is no, because we do not have the technology. So my concern is that a strong America will buy time for Africa to wake up and embrace industrialization. It is when we embrace industrialization, we start manufacturing what we consume, start manufacturing our own weapons, that we will be able to defend ourselves against China. Otherwise, there's no hope for the black man. It's not brash, it's rational. It is rational. You look at it as brash because you have a sense of entitlement. You believe America is a land for everybody, so you must go there and go and live there. It is not so. You can make Nigeria great. If you embrace industrialization, imagine if Nigeria starts producing solar panel, start producing aluminum, start producing telephones, just only that, and many other items. The beauty of industrialization is that from one product, you have other byproducts that complement each other, so you just continue to advance exponentially. I submit to you that if Nigeria were to embrace the industrialization process, in 10 years, our economy will hit the $1 billion mark. And we will be able to do by far more than South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia combined, because we have the population, we have the energy that is needed, which is gas, to produce electricity. So to answer your question, talking about America owning the world, a place where everybody can run to, there's a limit to which they can absorb. It's not a matter of quantity now, it's quality. They need quality. If you understand what they are saying, so if you are an engineer, you are a medical doctor, you study the sciences, you are welcome to America. But if you want to come there without a sound education, you are not welcome to America. And that is the way it should be. We should take our own responsibility into our own hands, where we will struggle against all odds to make Nigeria a place where everybody wants to be. If we were to get involved in the industrial process, if you want us to continue to talk about Donald Trump, I'm saying he's doing a very good job. I'm saying that Americans should applaud him. It's not for Africans to applaud him. He doesn't care about Africa. It's not the duty of Donald Trump to worry about Africa. The duty of who to worry about Africa are the leaders of Africa. And Africans themselves should worry about Africa. You shouldn't delegate your responsibility and pass it on to somebody else to help you deal with it. We are on the begging side. We are deluded. We are delusionary. We are involved in a blame game. We want to blame other people for our problems. Whereas we are supposed to take responsibility for solving our problems. And until we do that, we're just going to be wasting our time, looking for scapegoats, looking for excuses. How long have we been giving excuses? We've gained independence since 1960. And look at this gentleman, the young man now in Burkina Faso. People are praising him. Yes, but he's able to show that you can live an austere life and not be flamboyant, waste government funds. But what has he achieved so far, really? When you look at Africa, the problem of Africa is that we do not have the capacity to manufacture anything. We are only consuming. So what the young man is doing is bringing in tractor, bringing in fertilizer, and the plant. They will do that for the next 20 years, and they will not make any progress. See what the man in Rwanda is doing, Kigani. He's been there now for maybe 20 years already. What has he achieved? I hear they are assembling telephones there, they are assembling solar panels. That is not manufacturing. That is not manufacturing. When you get into an economy where industrial manufacturing is taking place, you will feel it. You will feel the effervescence, the enthusiasm. It's like you are here now, just take a trip to any village. You'll be depressed just being in the village because there's no light, there's no industry. The only thing you can do is go to a farm, plant some yam or cassava, come back and prepare dinner and whatever. You can't grow beyond that. You can do that for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and there will be no growth, no development. But if you venture into industrialization, you will see that your capacity to do much, so much, will be so enhanced that it will be rather unbelievable. It will be difficult for anybody to measure. And it's there for everybody. The technology, the methodology, the know-how, the science behind it, everything is right there. Luckily for us, white people are not hiding these things from us. I met the Ojewori of my community, and he had this medication that he said if you take a shot of it, it will give you a very strong energy. And I said, Papa, can you show us the true way? He said, no. He said, nobody can learn that. I can never teach anybody. I said, how about your children? I said, no. I can't teach anybody. So that knowledge, if it's effective at all, I doubt if it is, we die with him. But how to manufacture products, they are already in the public domain, documented. So you don't have to go and reinvent the wheel. It is there already. It's just for us to go and copy. We should stop looking for excuses. Oh, Burkina Faso, the young man is there now, very soon, just the way they did Thomas Sankara, just the way they did Patrice Lumumba, they will overthrow him and push him away so that we can remain in poverty. The white man is wicked. If the white man was really wicked, by now there should be no African person in Africa. Because they have the means, they have the power, the military power to come and wipe us out and take the resources. But they didn't do that. They have the nuclear capability to destroy the whole world, and they didn't do that. So I see them as people that are very gracious. White people are gracious. We should be appreciative of white people. Because if the roles were reversed, if black people were in charge, if black people had the technology, they will not teach anybody how to do it. They will not share, they will only destroy. If black people were in charge, were the strongest in the world, they will wipe out all the other tribes. And it will only remain their family. Because that is the wickedness of the black man. They should not go and destroy America. Allow America to be strong so that we here, those of us that have decided to remain in Africa, that are proud to be Nigerians, that are proud to be Ethiopians, proud to be Egyptians, proud to be South Africans, those that are here should be able to work hard and bring about meaningful development so that we can be happy here also. So Donald Trump should be left to run America. If you don't like it, come back home and stop blaming Donald Trump for the problem that you are facing there, whatever the problem you are that you are facing. You let America be America. They didn't vote for Donald Trump. They said he was going to jail. Now he has won. So he won a landslide victory. Let him implement the policy that people voted for him to do. And he's already doing that. He said he's going to take over Panama Canal. People are saying, why should he take over Panama Canal? Why shouldn't he? It was built by America. I saw images of the Chinese companies from Hong Kong having a huge space near the Panama Canal where they kept all their containers. The Chinese are already dominating that environment. Although it was foolish of Biden not to do anything, to be wise of Donald Trump to get there and take it over. And people are saying, oh, Donald Trump is going to abandon Ukraine. He said, we don't have a border there. When they asked Donald Trump, you are leaving Afghanistan, he said, we don't have a border in Afghanistan. Why should you go and be fighting over there? And that should be the idea and the thinking of a president, to defend the territorial integrity of your own country and mind your own business, just the way China does. If you see there's problem in Ethiopia, China doesn't bother. There's problem in South America, China doesn't bother. They are only worried about their own country. So for America to think that they can dominate the whole world, it's impossible. It's impossible. If you want Greenland, Greenland has about 56,000 people with a huge landmass, the largest island in the world. If Trump can take it over, why not? Why not? For me, if I were Donald Trump, I would say to Russia, I'm taking over Greenland, you can take Ukraine. That is what I would do if I were Trump. Because America needs Greenland. America can work with Canada. Let me tell you something. The British, I see them as very intelligent people, very strong, but they failed. Do you know how they failed? Let me tell you this. Britain ruled over the world for over 300, 400 years. They were the strongest military power in the world. All they needed to do, recognizing that they live in a very small island, now they are begging the Scottish not to leave them. Scotland, England, and Wales. Now you have Ireland, small island, and they rule the whole world. Tell me, why didn't they have the vision to take their king and take their king to North America? North America, where you have USA and Canada, and call it New Britain, and then call Britain, as we know it today, to be one of the states of Great Britain. Then Great Britain would really have been great if they had taken their king with the military power they had. They had the greatest military power at that time. If at that time they had gone to America, not America, take over USA and Canada and call it Great Britain, they would have still remained the greatest country in the world. But they didn't have that vision. If you take an Iroko seed and plant it inside a drum, it will never grow to be an Iroko tree because the nutrient in that drum cannot sustain it. If you carry a whale, the biggest mammal in the world, and put it inside a swimming pool, it can never grow to become a whale. A whale can weigh up to 100 tons. There will be no space for it inside that swimming pool. So Britain is like a whale that's living inside a small swimming pool. They don't have enough nutrients to grow. They had the chance to take over North America, and they would have remained as the biggest and greatest country in the world to this day. But their leaders failed them. I believe everybody is entitled to his own decision. I am permanently in Nigeria. I have 6 children, they are all in Nigeria. I believe in Nigeria. So if you have a dream that America will be a place of success for you, go and pursue your dream. It's up to you. But personally, I see that the quality of life that you will enjoy if you live in Nigeria is by far better than what you will get if you live in America. If you are a man and you want your wife to direct you on what to do, you know you can accept that. You can go to America. It's only now that Donald Trump said he wants to change the divorce policy. Because if you are married and you are a billionaire or whatever, your wife can take half of your property. That is the law in America. So you see a situation where a man goes to America and he wants his mother to come and visit him. The wife says no, the mother cannot visit. If she goes there, the wife says, I don't want her to be here for more than 3 days or a week. She must go back, even if the husband wants him to stay. So there are limitations to what you can get in America. If you have zero equity and you have no ability to strive here in Nigeria, maybe if you go to America, because they pay you in dollars, you'll be able to live. But I know very many people in America that if they lose their parents, they can't even come to Nigeria for the funeral. Or even if they are coming, there are many people in America that they send resources from Nigeria to. So it's not guaranteed that going to America will solve all your problems. Neither is it a guarantee that staying in Nigeria will solve all your problems. Most of the time it's up to you. But I believe that the quality of life here in Nigeria is great because you work, you are able to interact with people, you are able to attend social functions. Over there in America, there's no time for that. You have to do 2 jobs, you have to work very hard, you can be fired at any time, and you have nowhere to run to. You are on your own. When you are here in Nigeria, the family is there to always back you up if you have problems. But in America, you are always on your own. When your children grow up, they will abandon you. They're going to put you in a nursing home. And it's a dog-eat-dog world over there. But here, there's that human aspect that pervades our culture that allow us to enjoy life more. I cannot tell you if you have a dream to go to America, don't go. Or if you have a dream to succeed in Nigeria, leave and go to America. It's up to you. I'm not an American. I am a Nigerian. I'm proud to be a Nigerian. Somebody gets a visa from Congo and goes into America. Before you know it, one person will now bring about 80 to 100 people. I believe that the duty of any president is to protect the interest of his country. The duty of Donald Trump is to protect the interest of America. Can you show me any country in the world that is ruled by black people that is doing well? Can you show me any country in the world that is ruled by Hispanic that is doing well? I was in South Africa and the place is looking horrible because black people are in charge. Zuma, an old man over 80 years, he had over 33 sports cars in his compound. What is an 83-year-old man doing with all those luxurious cars? So democracy, like Socrates said, is the worst form of government. If you live in a society where people do not vote according to the issues, it's not the duty of Donald Trump to worry about Africa. The duty of who to worry about Africa are the leaders of Africa. And Africans themselves should worry about Africa. The fear China has now, why they cannot come in and take over Africa, is because America is strong. America can stop them. A strong America will buy time for Africa to wake up and embrace industrialization. So if you have a dream that America will be a place of success for you, go and pursue your dream.